Okay. Hold up. What's going on? You know what I'm saying? Big salute. People who, in the comment, people who commented, what I'm saying? Update, TV. Shout out. Go ahead and get started. Also, shout out to everybody that's watching this on Facebook. Also, so shout out to y'all too. Go ahead and get this started real quick. The topic for today was gun violence in America versus mental health, right? A lot of times, um, mental health is trendy now. And now that it's trendy, um, it's kind of being used for a scapegoat at times. You know what I'm saying? At times, it's very much being used as a scapegoat. I'm gonna go ahead and get through this, then drop the link. But first two questions I have to ask is mental health being used as a scapegoat, and is there a downside of mental health being trendy, right? Excuse me. Um, the National Alliance on Mental Illness says whenever a tragic act of gun violence occurs, people with mental illness are often unfairly drawn into the conversation. But the experts say that the relationship between mental health and gun violence is complex. Um, uh, okay. All right, hold on, DJ. I'll drop the link in a minute. Someone who goes out and massacres a bunch of strangers, that's not the act of a healthy mind. There is something wrong with that person. Dr. Jeffrey Swanson, he's a professor in psychiatry and behavioral sciences at Duke University School of Medicine, told ABC News. But it doesn't necessarily mean that they have one of these disorders of thought or mood regulation. Hey, Slick. Hey, he jumped panel to panel. You know what I'm saying? But and it's my nigga DJ's always welcome over here. You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't necessarily mean that they have one of these disorders or thought or mood regulation that psychiatrists commonly treat. Swanson, who co-authored the study "Mental Illness and Reduction of Gun Violence." Hold on, pull up these visuals though. Fucking circle move. You know what I'm saying? Swanson, who co-authored the study "Mental Illness and Reduction of Gun Violence and Suicide," bringing the epidemiologic, um, yeah, okay, shit, research to policy. And the issue is complicated because there's rarely just one explanation for mass shooters. They could also be grappling with trauma, drug use, alcohol abuse, mental illness, or alienation. But whenever we think about gun violence, what we know is the extreme anger, hatred, and violence that can motivate people to hurt or kill others. But we should never confuse strong emotions and beliefs with mental illness. All right. That comes from Angela Kimball. She's a national director of public policy for the NAMI, which is the National Alliance for Mental Illness. She's the national director of public policy and advocacy, because politicians and police and the public put so much attention on mental health. Look, okay, yeah, on mental health in the wake of gun violence. Kimball said that those who have been diagnosed with things like schizophrenia and bipolar disorder face discrimination and marginalization. She also said that the world will often confuse those conditions with things like psychosis, which has many causes, including paranoia, Alzheimer's disease, drug use, trauma, or sleep deprivation. According to Kimball, people with mental health conditions are 23 times more likely to be the victims of gun violence more than the general public. Hold on, let me get this link dropped real quick. Hold on, y'all. Drop this shit real quick. Hold up. Oh shit. Okay. Damn, all right, hold on. Let me get done reading this shit, and I'll get back to you. I'll drop the link when I get done. I don't have much to read. But blaming mental illness or mental health conditions for gun violence is really a distraction from the real issues at hand, which are evidence-based factors, and the fact that in our country it's easier to get a gun than it is to get mental health care. Access to mental health care has been a passion of Cook County Sheriff Tom Dart, whose county seat is in Chicago, a a city no stranger to Mayor Lori Lightfoot. She released a 3-year production that addresses what she calls root causes of violence, including systemic racism, disinvestment, and the Cook County Examiner's Office confirmed 805 gun sites in breaking the previous record of 838 set in 1994. Dart, who was first elected to the office in 2006 and has seen the first-hand effect that gun violence has on communities, mental health. He also said that mental health plays a role. He started a series of mental health programs to help. But to the comments real quick. Big salute. Shout out to everybody that's in here. Shout out to the Empress. Shout out to Shan. 214. Shout out to Slick. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Sharice Weldon. You know what I'm saying? It offers intensive therapy. Oh, I skipped the whole part. Hold up. Okay. He started a series of mental health programs to help the inmates in his jail, like the Sheriff's Anti-Violence Effort or SAVE program. It offers intensive therapy and life training skills for 18 to 24-year-olds who live in the county's 15 most violent-prone zip codes. They spend about 8 hours a day going through cognitive programming. We tweak it every once in a while, but it's a pretty solid plan that we've had going on for about 5 years now. Dart said. It targets what we and experts have suggested are some triggers for violence. Dart also developed a mental health transition center, a place that offers a complete schedule of behavioral treatment like cognitive programming, anger management therapy, meditation, parenting classes, and a discharge process. So there's a handoff to the community. And oftentimes, police are the ones who are called when someone has a diagnosed mental health condition that is in crisis. That's why Dart said he makes sure his officers get training and why he developed a unit called treatment response teams. Now we have iPads that our officers have. So when they go to a mental health case, we literally hand the iPad to the mother or father or guardian, or we'll actually hand it to the person in a mental health crisis. And as they're sitting on the iPad talking to a mental health professional, Sheriff Dar said. Although most of the attention given to guns and mental health focuses on mass shootings, the Centers for Disease Control Prevention said on an average of 60% of all the gun deaths in the United States are suicides. All right. Now I remind you, this month is still, Suicide Prevention Month. All right. And this is a let's see. I'll put that up there. There you go. So, like I said, the paragraph I just read was the one about the officer and the sheriff that's in the Cook County jail. So, they're being kind of proactive on mental health and shit like that, which is pretty dope to me. I'll put this stat sheet up real quick. Go back to the comments. Salute, y'all. Hold on, let me get this. Linda Cavazos, a gun violence survivor and advocate, lost her brother Louis to gun suicide when he was 26 years old. She said that Louis was experiencing depression and anxiety over job loss and a relationship issue before his death. All 5 siblings got phone calls that day from Louis, Cavazos said. It wasn't unusual for him to call. He sounded like Louis. I realized later that he was sentimental, and I realized now that he was saying goodbye. That death changed Cavazos' family and their mental health forever. She said her father became a shell Her father became a shell of the man he was for at least 5 years. The brother who found Louis withdrew from his per- personality um, change, you know. Um, and while another brother felt the anger and hurt for years, she and her sisters were left with feelings of grief, shock, and survivor's guilt. Cavazzo said not only did the family not know Louis was having suicidal thoughts, she said, but he lied to a friend to get the gun. The friend basically left the gun unsecured with ammunition and told him that he wasn't going to be home and to come over and get it, Cavazzo said. It's one reason why she's pushing for more secure storage laws and what's known as red flag laws. 19 states plus Washington, D.C. have passed red flag laws, which Swanson said, let's police or family petition the court to temporarily remove guns from someone who poses a threat to others or themselves. And even if you're someone who says guns don't kill people, people kill people, here's a law that'll help you figure out who those people are, Swanson said. According to the nonprofit Gun Violence Archive, the country has seen nearly 11,000 gun violence deaths so far this year. Last year, that number was more than 19,402, the highest number of gun violence deaths in more than 20 years. That was during the height of the pandemic when there were fewer mass shootings. The overwhelming majority were gun suicides. With that being said, if you're struggling with thoughts of suicide or worried about a friend or loved one, help is available. Like I said, you know what I'm saying? September is Suicide Awareness Month. The national hotline for that is National Suicide Prevention Hotline is 1-800-273-8255. So as you can see, you know what I'm saying? I want y'all to realize that we all have rights to, it depends on what state you're in and whatnot. I know some states, with me being from, born and raised in Texas and now living in Oklahoma anyway. So what's going on in Texas going on here, and I can really see the difference. You know what I'm saying? To be honest, but also that picture up. There is a bill trying to get passed. All right, this bill to get passed is the let's see, HR 137. HR 137 is a Mental Health Access and Gun Violence Prevention Act of 2021. This bill authorizes appropriations for the Department of Justice, the Department of Health and Human Services, and the Social Security Administration to increase the access to mental health care treatment and services and promote the reporting of mental health information to the National Instant Criminal Background Check System. So I hope that shit gets passed. You know what I'm saying? And one more thing that I got for y'all before I drop this link, we gonna, you know what I'm saying, bust this baby wide open. Whatever y'all want to talk about. Let me go ahead and get this out. You know what I'm saying? Like I said a few times before, I was trying to. Oh, also, this book right here, I read part of it. I'm still reading it, but this book right here is a very interesting book. Gun Violence and Mental Illness. It's an older book, but it's still good to read. You know what I'm saying? So you might want to, screenshot that and read that on your spare time, Audible or something. And this is right now. It's a screenshot of the actual the bill that's trying to get passed. Hopefully, it gets passed after people looking up shit like that. Yeah, yeah. But also, most importantly, you know what I'm saying? Not most important. That's important too. But like I said, I was trying to, you know, create something to leave a legacy to my family that affected, the community where I'm at now and the community that I grew up in back in South Dallas and pretty much shit anywhere where I can. You know what I'm saying? If I can do anything to help um, our people out, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm attempting to do. So I'm in the process, me and a few of my friends, a process of doing this right here. You know what I'm saying? Creating something called monumental. If you may have noticed that word, I kind of created as part of my slogan for this podcast, monumental to be monumental. I had a few names, the names I already taken up there, so to me or not, but monumental, I got the but that I'm working on getting out now. You know what I'm saying? Um, fuck, I just read this shit. You know, I got a low socio-economic status is going to be associated with more mental health problems. People of the lowest are estimated to be 2 to 3 times as likely to have a mental disorder than those with the highest socio-economic status. So this is generally explained by the theory that stress response result from a demand resource imbalance because the individuals with the low SCS, which basically means individuals in poverty, face greater demand exposures that threaten health and survival, but are endowed with fewer resources to cope with such challenges. For example, a disadvantaged environment can expose individuals to a greater uncertainty, conflicts, and threats for which there are often inadequate resources to respond effectively. These experiences can create chronic stress, which accumulates throughout life. Differences in exposure to and resources to deal with chronic stress help to explain the relationship between poverty and poorer mental health outcomes. Monumental strives to bring services and support to the people with the in poverty. I ain't gonna give you the political, you know, I have to get political with the, you know what I'm saying, whatever. But we try to bring services to the people in poverty to help fill the void of services, you know what I'm saying, of resources needed in our communities all across this nation. But with that being said, you know, I do have a GoFundMe. That link is in my podcast Instagram bio. You know what I'm saying? Anything will help. The goal is just $5,000. You know what I'm saying? $5,000, get this shit off the ground. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell you my vision of this before I go on is I want to be able to do. You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to not only help, but to really get people the help that they need. You know what I'm saying? Of course, we're gonna do all the events. You know what I'm saying? Plan some events and things like that. But I also want to be able to reach out and help. Like, here's this. I can sit here and talk about mental health all day long. You know what I'm saying? But although it is good to talk about it and bring awareness and shit like that, I'm trying to do more than talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody talking about we're gonna step on this, step on that. Well, I'm trying to step on the stigma. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to help, if you want to help me step on the stigma, you know what I'm saying, and spread this shit and just get it out because we don't have things like this. It's rare. I won't say we don't have because we do have it now, but a lot of these things, you know what I'm saying, just need to happen for us in our community because, like I said, every time I get on this podcast, whether it's recorded or whether it's live, I say nobody's going to come and save us. Nobody's going to come and save us. You know what I'm saying? Nobody is coming and reaching a hand back, you know what I'm saying, for none of this shit. If it ain't got nothing to do with no violence, no killing, no stealing, no drug dealing, ain't nobody gonna, man, look, you already know. I don't even have to really get into it, but you already know there's nobody coming back for us. That's gonna help us out in these communities and really get down to the nitty gritty, get what we need. Cause I can remember just growing up, how many you know what I'm saying, of people who had talent, who have talents. Yeah, like yeah, you got people who overcome the boundaries of being in the ghetto or being in the hood and all that. But how many more people could we have had if that person that if your partner would have had that person to talk to because he's put into a grown man situation at 14 and 15. He ain't got nobody to watch him. He had his grandmama house, but his grandmama's on dialysis and he trying to, you know what I'm saying? That man needs some help. You know what I'm saying? Who's going to be there for that man? Who's going to be that bridge for that young man? You know what I'm saying? And that young lady to get them to where they need to go. You know what I'm saying? We all keep continuing a vicious cycle of trying to just beat the odds and beat the odds, which nothing is wrong with that. That's part of life. But at the same time, ain't nothing wrong with a little bit of help. You know what I'm saying? And we've got so numb without help, we don't realize that we need help. That's why a lot of times we struggle the way we struggle more, not because our situations are poor, which some of them are, but because we don't have nobody helping us. We getting this shit right out the mud. You know what I'm saying? Getting this shit right out the mud. And if you can do that, that's fine. But not all of us can do that, especially when you get with these young kids. You know what I'm saying? And the adults also. We all need help. Like we keep sitting here trying to put band-aids on bullet wounds. You know what I'm saying? And if you ever had a bullet wound or if you ever seen a bullet wound, you know goddamn well at a band-aid ain't gonna heal that shit. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta stop trying to put band-aids on gashes and open gashes and really take the time out to get help to the people that need the help and to help them get to whatever platform they need to go and express themselves and be great and do all that shit. So that's just something that comes from the mind of me, you know what I'm saying, and a few of my partners that are helping me out. This is some ground, you know what I'm saying, some grassroots type shit. So if you want to help, go over to the Trill Pill Pie IG GoFundMe's in there. I appreciate everything. If you can't can donate, just spread the word. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate all of it. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate it. That being said, let me close this out. Let me drop this link. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna open this thing wide though. It's all good. Appreciate it. Not on my watch. It's all good. You know what I'm saying? Anytime y'all pull up is right on time. No matter how many people in this show, we're gonna rock this shit out. You know what I'm saying? So that being said, let me get my shit together real quick, get some water because my mouth is dry. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna rock this shit out right. I'll open this panel up or whatever you want to talk about. Let's get to it. The link is posted in the chat. Y'all want to pull up real quick. The link posted in the chat. Shout out to everybody that watched and gave me a view. No matter of fact, man, y'all share this shit. You know what I'm saying? Share it. If anything, people just stop through, drop a like, drop a subscribe, and get the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? I highly appreciate it. But the link is posted in the chat. Let me go back and put the shit up there. All right. But yeah, but yeah, that's all. You know what I'm saying? I really didn't have too much. I just had the gun violence and the gun violence and the correlation with mental health with it. Um, I've looked at some opinions with it. I don't watch hours and hours. You know what I'm saying? The people who had opinions about it and arguments and discussions and um, debates and things of that nature. And in my opinion, it's a it's a big gray area. You know what I'm saying? It's a huge gray area because from state to state, gun laws vary. You know, there's not one set gun law across the country, so that adds confusion. It also adds confusion when people do things like mass shootings and things like that. They most likely they be trying to get them off on, oh, he's mental health, so you know what I'm saying, he's whatever, you know what I'm saying, disorder, so he can't withstand, you know what I'm saying, and sometimes, a lot of times, they use that shit as a scapegoat, you know what I'm saying, and it's not fair to the people that really need the help, that really need the care. It's definitely not. It's just not fair. You know what I'm saying? It's not fair at all. So that's my whole thing. But yeah, even with the little program, I'm trying to get this shit off the ground. Is I've been pump faking it for a couple years now, and it's been on the back burner for a lot. But at the same time, I felt like I needed to go through what I've been through these last couple years to let that shit marinate and to get an understanding of what's really needed. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing to stand on the outside looking in, but it's one thing to be in the middle of it. You know what I'm saying? Um, just because I talk about mental health and things like that, and that's the focus of my content, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't mean that I don't still experience a lot of shit. Like sometimes, you know what I'm saying? It may be times where I get on here, I have to take a whole fucking break. It may be times where you don't see me for a minute. It may be times where you may not, you know what I'm saying, get no lives for a minute or something like that, which I'm not worried about because I have over 80 episodes of content that's already out on streaming platforms, Google Podcasts, Audible, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, things of that nature. So if I do, you know what I'm saying, if I do, you know what I'm saying, decide to chill out or something like that, or take care of some personal business, there's always content of mine that's out there. So I don't really trip. But yeah, to be honest, I really wanted to be able to really get out and help. Like for me, talking is cool, but I'm really about a lot of action. You know what I'm saying? I'm really about a lot of action. Like I really want to shake some hands and help some kids and help some people, like help some families. You know what I'm saying? At least throw a olive branch out to try to be, you know what I'm saying, a bridge to those families, those people who need the help the most. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying the people who rich or something like that don't need the help, but they all right to a certain extent. You know what I'm saying? They have the resources out to go and get the help that they need. You know what I'm saying? My target is the people who don't have the resources who need the help. You know what I'm saying? People who, young kids that I see myself in. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying? Just parents and things like that. So, you know, shit gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be all right.
Yo,
What's
Trill
up with
Pill,
it, Big J?
what's up, my
What's
G?
up
You
with it?
all right? Chilling,
All
man.
right, shit. I'm good, man. I'm straight. You know, so what's up with it, Doc?
Chilling, man. You got a dope topic today, man. You know what I'm
Appreciate it.
saying? Yeah.
Appreciate it. and since you up, let me ask you a question, bro. Do you think that mental health is being used as a, do you think mental health is being used as a scapegoat for certain things? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it feel like sometimes they kind of move the goalpost on mental health. Do you feel like it's used as an excuse for piss poor behavior at times?
Depends on what race you talking about. You feel
Okay.
me? Yeah, because
Okay.
like with us, they ain't gonna let us use that mental health card. And a lot of us got the mental health problem issues. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it stems from social engineering. You feel me? I'm gonna say it like that. You feel me? But on their
Mm-hmm.
side, it's always mental health. Oh, he's all right. Oh, send him to the psych ward. He be all right. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker could do
Mm-hmm.
wild shit. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, exactly. Because motherfuckers can go out and do some Joker shit. You know what I'm saying? Kill people, blow up a whole house, and sometimes they have. You know what I'm saying? Went
yeah,
and did some wild type. You know what I'm saying? Some wild shit. But when they get, you know what I'm saying? But they get treated like that dude out in South Carolina who walked in that church. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And kill all them people. You know what I'm saying? They took this motherfucker to Burger King, got him a number two, you know what I'm saying, with a large Sprite and a large fry. You know what I'm saying? And he
yeah,
kind of skated by a tad bit. You know what I'm saying? Because they ain't gonna tell us the whole truth on the news. On the news, they're gonna tell us whatever they want us to hear. But
yeah,
but but we'll be a fool to think that he in General Pop. He probably in somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
He definitely in prison, but he ain't living like the rest of the prison. You
yeah.
know
How
what I'm
much?
saying?
Yeah, shit. And you know what? They segregate us in them jabs. It don't matter where you at. You feel me? They segregated. So yeah, man, he probably got a good ass paying prison job and shit like that. You feel me? Like, yo, man, I was in some shit, right? I
Mm-hmm.
was in a gang unit and upstairs about it was like younger though, it was for like niggas like 18 to 25 type shit. Right. So then like upstairs they had like plumbers, carpenters, like they older motherfuckers from different prisons, but they got like trade skills and shit. You feel me? So they
Right.
yeah, and they all upstairs living gooder than a motherfucker, man. Like yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yo, all blue niggas too. You feel me?
Yeah.
I'm
Straight up.
talking. They was making like $4 a day type shit. Like the average, like you know what I mean. When you want to state, you only making like $1.30 a day on some real shit. You feel me?
Yeah.
So just to give you a comparison on the pay scale too, like it's crazy. It's
Right.
crazy to think about that shit like that.
Yeah.
But I swear to God, I think them niggas had TVs and video games up there.
They probably did. Hey, it's crazy because I know now, and they got all type of like I was just reading, and they got what I'm saying, the access to tablets, and I thought I seen like one TikTok video, niggas in there playing Madden. You know what I'm saying, and they're having a
Yeah,
good time. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, well,
yeah,
damn. If they're in there having a good time like that, I see why they don't want to. You know what I'm saying? Do
yeah,
right. If they're gonna go in there and get locked up and have Madden tournaments, all you know what I'm saying, be on
yeah,
TikTok dancing and shit. You know what I'm saying? But they'll rather give them that than the
yeah.
actual rehab and the care that they really need. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
this was like 2005 though, the time I'm talking about. And
Yeah.
that, I know they ain't had no tablets and shit, you feel me? Like,
No.
but I swear them niggas, you know what I'm saying? Man, them niggas was living good. We couldn't nobody go up there but them, you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
them. Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, but shit, them motherfuckers on the world, them niggas got more mental health issues than we do for real, for real. They really like psychotic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They had to keep them busy. You know what I'm saying? What the gun laws like in Jersey?
Oh man, listen, right? If I show one on camera, they gonna be at my door tomorrow. You know what I mean?
So
But I
it's real
know,
tight. So
yeah.
so it's like the whole tri-state area. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gun laws up there
Now,
tight. I know
Philly
New
gun
York shit
law
is
kind of different, but
okay.
New
Okay.
Jersey and New York, yeah, them niggas super strict. Super,
Yeah,
super
cause I know
straight.
it's a lot of rappers. They be up there performing and just get arrested just for having one. It can be licensed or even just think about what happened to Plaxico. You know what I'm saying? He just had one and he accidentally shot himself. You know what I'm saying? He cheddar bobbed himself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
He cheddar bobbed himself and he had to go. That messed up his whole career. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah,
I
the
don't
gun law
know.
is real crazy. See, I think New York and New Jersey, you could get a permit to go buy a gun, but
Mm-hmm.
that you gotta keep that shit. That bitch gotta be in your crib. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can't even. Like it was some girl from Philly. I think she might have been a cop. So that's Pennsylvania. She might have been a cop or a CO or whatever, and
Yeah.
she drove the AC with her shit in her car, like it was like locked in her trunk type shit. They tried to get
Mm-hmm.
her 5 years on some
Mm.
other shit. Yeah, and she licensed in her state. You feel me? So I'm like,
Right.
damn, assistant
Yeah, so
too.
that's another thing. Yeah, so it's another thing, like I was saying, like the gun laws vary from state to state. Like even, you know what I'm saying, me being from the South, like I was born and raised in Dallas, but now I live in Oklahoma. Like, like what Texas going through with the gun laws, it been like that up here in Oklahoma. So that's why it necessarily was like it ain't that bad. You know what I'm saying? It was there for a
Yeah.
while. But in Texas, it's like the world going in. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time,
Oh
you
wow, because
know,
they got that open carry law. Anybody can have them.
yeah, but it been like that, here in Oklahoma though. It
Yeah,
been
yeah, I
like,
know that. Now I know
you
that,
know what
my
I'm
G.
saying?
Yeah, I
So
used to be out
like with my
toasting.
partners and shit was like, oh man, it's about to be, you know what I'm saying? It's like it was like that anyway before it started. You know what I'm saying? It was
Yeah,
wild before it started. So, but at the same time, there is a dark side to that because the people who don't need them have the ability, you know what I'm saying, to manipulate and, you know what I'm saying,
yeah,
get a little burnt, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know how,
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. But
you
you
know what
know
I'm
what,
saying?
though?
So,
Maybe that's the plan. Maybe that's the socially engineered plan. You
I,
feel me?
and
To
I was
have
thinking about that too.
let the dark side come out.
Right.
Yeah,
I was thinking about that too. Like, a lot of this shit is already pre-planned. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Cause
It's
yo,
pre-planned.
who using the guns against each other the most?
Us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's
I don't
just,
know. I don't know if you read this book called "Behold a Pale Horse."
yeah. Yeah, I
Oh,
have. Yep.
yeah, yeah. That shit opened my eyes to like a lot of shit.
It
I'm
did.
really, yeah, I'm really frugal now, conservative than a motherfucker, like a cheap bastard. But I'll be trying to accumulate every cent I could accumulate. You feel me?
For real. Hey,
Yeah,
for real. The
yeah,
same thing. Hey, see, because I heard it over an audio book, you know what I'm saying, as I was driving and shit. That's
yeah,
how I kind of, because being a truck driver, you don't really get a chance to, you know what I'm saying, do whatever and actually sit down and read. Like I like to sit down and read and actually touch the papers. You know what I'm saying? But when you don't have a lot of time for that, it's like, well, you got the audio book. So, but that's one of them things where even though I heard a couple times on the audio book, I actually want to sit down and flip pages with it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a different experience. But yeah, man, that book right there, man, it's different. You know what I'm saying? It's
yeah,
different. And when you think about the things that's going on in the cycle that is happening. You know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, just the other day, I was on the phone with my pops, and he's 78. You know what I'm saying? And he was
yeah,
talking about how, but he's like a historian. Like, he loves history. You know what I'm saying? Like, he loves history, and that's where I get like all my like reading habits and. Like I get lost in topics that don't even make no fucking sense to most people. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah.
that's where I get it from. He was
Yeah, I can't hear you right now, Joe. Your audio went out.
always that type of nigga. And he'll talk about, hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, yo, you went out for like 20 seconds. I ain't gonna hold you. I couldn't
My
even hear what
mama's
you were saying just before
no,
then.
my Wi-Fi. But over here. No, but and who's telling me to look at the trends in the 1920s versus the trends in the 20s, and a lot of that shit compared. I mean, it's the same shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
With how that was fucking with the laws and you know what I'm saying, just the society. You know, shit was going crazy. You know what I'm saying, to a certain extent. But yeah, man. Yeah, man. Other than that, you know, what you got going, man? You know what I'm saying?
man, I'm on my my usual trollery. I ain't trolling your channel though, my G.
Already, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's all good. Hey, my channel, hey, man, my channel is where the trolls get therapy. You know what I'm saying? The trolls, you
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? They get
yeah,
therapy so they get their mind clear to go back out and troll some more when the
yeah,
goddamn night fall. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I don't mind being the buffer for that. You know what I'm saying? Cause I do my little trolling too. So I'm not
yeah,
gonna lie, like that should be a little break off, you know what I'm saying? A little break, you know what I'm saying? Everybody can chill out, you know. It's kind of like a neutral zone, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Everybody is welcome here, you know what I'm saying? It's
yeah,
quiet in here. Yeah, yeah, it's like a you know what I'm saying, a little neutral zone. Everybody welcome, but when you live Trill Pill Podcast, you know what I'm saying? You gotta protect your neck. You know what I'm saying? You gotta protect your neck. You know what I'm saying? Neutral zone is over. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, that shit is all good, man. You know what I'm saying? I've been having this topic on the docket for a minute, so trying to get all this shit off and get the information out there to the good people. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Nah, no doubt, yo. Yeah, my jig. Hey, y'all, it's the motherfucking Trill Pill Podcast. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, click that notification bell. Hey, man, yo, hey, Trill Pill, man, I'm about to go troll somebody's channel, man. You feel me? I think I see a blue boy online. I'm about to go drop my shit in this shit.
Absolutely. Already. Appreciate the DJ pulling up real quick. Well, so I gave y'all the information. Um, put this back out. Got to close this thing on out. If you're in a crisis intervention, it was our talking 24 hours a day, 7 days, confidential. We call center and line national network. These centers provide and mental health situations, life threat, 911, or go to the hospital emergency room. Most likely, you might want to hit the hotline because you probably get more help. Hospital emergency, we already know how they get down. Excuse me. And again, this month is also Suicide Prevention Month, National Suicide Prevention Week for 2021. September 5th through the 11th has already passed, but it is still Suicide Prevention Month. So if you see this ribbon out, you know what I'm saying, this purple and teal ribbon, I want you to recognize that ribbon and know exactly what that means. As these mental health days and months come by, I will have the information on all those. You don't have to worry about it. You can get it right here. I would love for you guys to like, share, and subscribe. Um, you know what I'm saying, to my channel if you already haven't. And don't forget, throw this copyright disclaimer up just because. Copyright disclaimer under the Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a Fair use is a use permitted to copyright statute that may otherwise be infringing nonprofit educational or personal use tips in the balance in favor of fair use. Next time on the Chill Pill podcast, I'm going to go over this beautiful lady right here. She is Shanti Das. She is a music executive who she has a podcast out called Silence the Shame. It's a mental health podcast called Silence the Shame. I think it's been going on since 2017. I'm going to have her story up on the next episode of Chill Pill podcast. I don't know. Last time, people said I left too early. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to leave too early. But if everybody ready to go, what are we talking about? Well, give you a rundown, Queen Duval Boo. Um, the topic the topic for today was mental health and guns. All right. A lot of times people who basically talking about where's the margin? Where's the gray area? So school, 9 times out of 10, if you don't look, I try to get off on insanity, something health related. You know what I mean? Um, so we were just talking about the margins. Um, the foundation of it. That's exactly what we're talking. Oh shit! Damn. Okay, which? Hold on, man. You're okay. But yeah, that's pretty much what we're talking about. What I was talking about. If you can hear me, those Wi-Fi is trash. It's been trash ever since we had a storm 2 weeks ago. Sorry about that. It's a lot clearer in the past, but that's basically what's being talked about. Queen Duval, boo. Shout out to everybody that's in here. Shout out to everybody that's over on Facebook, listening and watching. I appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate everybody that came through and watched on YouTube. I highly appreciate it. You know me, I don't have to be here for a long time. So I'm gonna go ahead and close this out. Before I close this out, I do want to remind you guys my Cash App is at the very bottom of the screen. $ at Trill Pill. If you would like to donate to the Trill Pill podcast and or the Mind Your Health, not Mind Your Health. Come on, nigga. Mind Your Mental. You know what I'm saying? It's something that I'm creating, something that it's gonna be fun. My opinion.
Hey,
Yeah,
Trill.
what up with it?
Hey, one thing, man. I
Yeah.
just got this motherfucker news alert. Hey, EMT and his sister-in-law found shot to death in an ambulance bar in Oklahoma. Now look, Angel Boyd, a 44-year-old EMT, and 31-year-old Stacy Boyd died early Monday morning in the shooting at an ambulance barn. All right. Angel husband went looking for his wife and sister when neither returned his phone calls. So yo, what you think, yo? You think old boy was cheating with his sister in law and the husband found out, came to their job and smoked.
Man, say man,
Look it up real fast.
most definitely. Hey, I can't, to be honest, bro. I can't put. Hold on, I like this. Hold on, I'm doing this shit to one device. Hold up. My youngest baby got my computer wet. It's in the shop, but I look at that when I get off of here though.
All right, no
I,
doubt, Jay.
but I even make something about that shit. You know, I might come back on and make a whole
All
little
right,
thing about it.
all
But
right, all
I
right, no
appreciate it.
doubt.
But yeah, say man, that might have happened, dog. Shit, you know how it is, man.
Yeah, I said Oklahoma, and I remember you just saying you moved out there. So I was wondering.
Yeah, most definitely. You already know. I'm gonna pinpoint and look it up, and you know, I'm gonna bring that shit back. Most likely, I will find that story. I'm gonna put that shit on Thursday.
All
Thursday
right,
night. That's
all
what
right,
I got my news one. But I appreciate it though, DJ.
all right, no doubt, my G.
Already, my nigga.
Ready.
Good looking. Good looking. Already. Definitely gonna bring that topic up on Thursday. We'll find that because say we're just talking about gun laws and me being up here in Oklahoma, so it's a lot different. You know what I'm saying? But most definitely. Shout out to the world famous DJ Fuck You See. You know what I'm saying? For dropping off, you know what I'm saying, breaking news on the Trill Pill podcast. Much love. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my dog. But like I was saying, mind your mental. You know, if you want to donate to this podcast, you can donate to the Trill Pill, $ Trill Pill Pod, Trill Pill Podcast. Um, that's the cash app. It's at the very bottom. So, you know, shit like that. But mind your mental, remind you, it's a program that I'm trying to get off the ground. Something that's grassroots. It's something that comes straight out of my mind. Um, Basically, I'm not gonna read the whole thing back out for you, but I'm basically starting this program up to try to get mental health services, resources to people in poverty-stricken areas, any way that I can. Anything helps. The GoFundMe's in the bio in my Instagram. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't want to, you know what I'm saying, donate, fine, no pressure. But please go and share this out. You know what I'm saying? People who want to support and just the word. I appreciate any and everything you guys do for me because at the end of the day, you don't have to. You know what I'm saying? Like I said before, this is ideas straight from my mind. I got a few of my partners gonna help me out. A few of my family members gonna help me out. That's helping me get my vision off the ground. You know what I'm saying? This is something that I really, really love to do. I really believe my purpose in my life is to help people. Um, I've been doing it my whole life, subconsciously, being raised by my mother and my father and my family. You know what I'm saying? So it's time for me to not, keep those ideas in my head. You know what I'm saying? It's cool for me to get on here and talk about it and spread awareness, but it means even more if I'm out stepping amongst the people, shaking hands, and you know what I'm saying, and really getting people, being the bridge for people to get the help that they need, the mental services, um, pretty much anywhere. Like I really just want to be. I'm not gonna lie. I want to be great. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be great. At the same time, I want to leave a footprint. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to leave Earth without leaving a footprint for my children and for my people. You know what I'm saying? That I love and care about to follow. That's why things like this are very important. You know what I'm saying? So it's important to me. It's important to our community. It's other programs out there like if you guys are from Chicago or we want to look it up, it's this um, called Coffee, Hip Hop, and Mental Health. Um, Christopher Lamarck. He's a guy who has a coffee shop and he promotes, you know what I'm saying, things like that, and he does that through his coffee shop and therapy sessions and all type of cool shit, which I think is fly. I reached out to him, you know what I'm saying, for a couple of pointers on starting this, and a few other people that are in the mental health community on YouTube and Instagram to try to gain traction on this because I think this is something that can really help our community because there's nobody coming to save us. I will continue to say that. There's nobody coming to save you. You know what I'm saying? So we have to save ourselves. You know what I'm saying? We have to save ourselves, and it's kind of hard to save yourself when you don't have the resources, needed to kind of um oh, wow now the resources that you need to get the help that you need in all these areas, poverty stricken area. The Wi-Fi probably fucking up right now. Fuck, man. Hate that shit. But anyway, long story short, man, this is my program that I'm getting off the ground, grassroots. You know what I'm saying? If you can help, like I said, the GoFundMe is in my IG page, the cash app at the bottom of the screen rolling around. You know what I'm saying? About to close this thing on now. I appreciate every single thing everybody has ever done, whether it's sharing my page, sharing information, being a mod, being a subscriber, just being in the comment section. I appreciate everybody on the YouTube side and the Facebook side. With that being said, you know what I'm saying? You already know who I am. You already know what this is. Trill Pill Podcast. Much love. God bless. Stay trill and heal. Let's step on the stigma and mind your mental to be monumental. Not